Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you and welcome back. Today I want us to have a little chat about the importance of confronting your fears. You know what it's like to be afraid of something. Some of us are afraid of thunderstorms, other people are afraid of a trip to the dentist, others are afraid of losing a loved one. Fear is a normal reaction that warns our bodies to be careful. Anxiety, on the other hand, is a type of fear. It's more about dealing and worrying about the future rather than facing problems of the present. So when fear and anxiety becomes a pattern in our lives, that's a little bit problematic. So if your plugged drain in the kitchen sink is a problem, do you ignore it? Of course you don't. You call a plumber to try and fix it, or you try and fix it yourself. When fearfulness causes harm to our physical and mental stability, and you find yourself avoiding things that might create more fear, don't ignore it. When anxiety becomes a debilitating thing that leaves you cowering and sick, don't try and push it away. God assures us in Isaiah 42:10, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." The thing is, we are afraid to discuss fear. Funny as it sounds. If we did in our culture, it would make us sound weak and timid. Our society demands strength, it demands toughness and aggression. So it is shameful to be scared. Despite everything, we are taught by our parents, our teachers, we are brainwashed by television and the movies that we watch to be brave and strong. Yet, almost everyone suffers some sort of fear. It is a taboo to talk about it with peers, it's a taboo to talk about it with friends and family, and if we do, we risk being ridiculed and looked down upon, unfortunately. But the Bible also tells us to make our demands known to God. Make your demands known to God. So that includes our fears and our anxieties. Philippians 4:6 tells us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, and let your prayers be made known to God." God also promises us peace that the world cannot give us. John 14:27 says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, nor let them be afraid." Now that we have established that fear is a normal reaction and it's part of our human nature, and also that we have a creator whom we need to make our fears known to, and he will help us and give us peace, allow me to share some ways in which you can overcome your fears. But before I do, I would like to make a disclaimer. I am not a psychiatrist, however, I have a couple of helpful suggestions. The first thing in overcoming your fear is to understand your fear. Fear is learned. You are not born with it. Trying to understand your fear might be or will be very difficult, but it is very necessary. You cannot overcome something that you are hiding somewhere in your subconscious. You have to face it. Learn to turn towards your fear instead of turning away from it. This is when you will start to learn and understand things that you never knew before. So this process of awareness will help you overcome the fear and learn how to counter it. The second thing is to engage with nature. Use nature as your therapist. It's important to speak to a therapist, a real person, but in addition to that, nature tends to calm people down, you know. Try going for a walk or go to the park, go and sit by the river or ocean, climb a mountain. All these can reduce your stress levels and it will change your mood from being anxious and fearful to a more relaxed mood. Physical activity generally requires us to use our brains differently, hence switching from fearful, irrational thoughts to more clear thinking. Now, the third thing is to accept that some things will be out of your control. As difficult as that sounds, we have to accept. Being okay with certain things in our lives being out of our control allows us to make peace with the things that we fear. Many times in our lives, our worries are a direct result of the fact that you are not in control of everything. The things that are in your control, you can manage just fine. So take your foot off the gas pedal, take one thing at a time, and ultimately truly accepting and submitting our lives and destinies to God will give us a sense of affirmation that God has plans for our lives plans that will actually prosper us. I have come to the end of this video, but remember, fear is normal. We should not let it take over our lives. We must trust God and believe that He is faithful to the many promises He made to us. Lastly, we cannot control everything. Therefore, we should focus on what's immediate and important. And also, read and take time to meditate on Psalms 23. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are updated whenever I upload new content. Until next time, be blessed.